So one question that I get asked frequently, which is a fair one, is how do you defend those guilty people? Fair question. And it's a long, complex answer. But one of the parts is, you know, they're not always guilty. One case in particular that did never get the recognition that it deserves is a case involving my client, Miguel Macias. Miguel, by the way, is okay with me sharing this story. He was a handyman down in Homestead, which is south of Miami, and he was arrested for brutally beating, raping, kidnapping a teenage girl that he took from a party, allegedly, let her go. She then went on Facebook, found the guy whose party it was, looked for someone named Miguel because she knew that the perpetrator's name was Miguel, and found someone and said, "That's the guy." And with that, he was arrested. So his family came to see me. He had been in custody for about 30 days on a non bondable offense. He was facing a life sentence. He thought his life was over. I didn't initially want to really take the case. There was not much that really appealed to me. But his parents convinced me, like, look, he's got all these tattoos, and I don't think that the victim said that the perpetrator had tattoos. Plus, they showed me text messages, which seemed to suggest he wasn't even at the party at the time the offense was committed. And with that, I went to the prosecutor and I said, look, I'm new to the case, but I may have someone who's innocent. She literally told me what time it was, that she doesn't work past 5 o'clock. And if I had anything that I wanted to send to her dismissively, just send it to me over the next few weeks. Oh boy. I thought that I had kind of achieved spirituality where I wouldn't say certain things that I'd have to make amends for, but boy, did I ever. I went to her supervisor who told me that DNA was taken and we'll find out whether it's him in, I don't know, about 6 months when the DNA comes back. I was like, there's no way. I'm not waiting. She said, we're going to have to wait. Finally, I wouldn't take no for an answer. She settled on, all right, I'll rush the DNA testing as long as you don't tell your colleagues that I did it. So you didn't hear it from me. And thankfully, this was the headline in the Herald showing that it wasn't his DNA. This is actually us leaving Judge Block's courtroom, my client, finally an innocent man. And to put a button on this story, Miguel Macias, my client, is the one featured in the darker shirt. The guy on the right, the one in the white shirt, that's Miguel Bustos. He's doing time for this crime. His DNA matched what was found. So listen, do I represent guilty people? I sure do occasionally. But always remember that they're not always guilty. And Miguel Macias taught me a great lesson